What if science pushed too far and crossed into pure danger? From vanishing warships to deadly drug trials, history holds experiments that went horribly wrong. Today, we're diving into the craziest and most mysterious ones that still haunt the world. Number 1. Philadelphia Experiment, 1943. Imagine a giant warship suddenly vanishing into thin air. That's what witnesses claimed when the US Navy tested a secret project in 1943. A flash of strange green light covered the ship, and then nothing. The sea was empty, leaving sailors and bystanders frozen in shock and fear. When the ship finally reappeared, the scene turned terrifying. Some sailors were gone, others injured, and a few were said to be stuck inside the ship's steel walls. The Navy called it a myth, but whispers still remain. Did science unlock something humans were never meant to touch? Number 2. Chernobyl nuclear disaster, 1986. It was supposed to be just a safety test, nothing more. But in April 1986, inside the Chernobyl power plant, everything went horribly wrong. A sudden explosion ripped through the reactor, sending a deadly fireball of radiation into the night sky. The blast was so powerful, people miles away saw the glow, not knowing their lives had changed forever. Panic spread as radiation poured out like an invisible monster. Brave firefighters rushed in, unaware they were walking toward death. The city of Pripyat, once full of families, was evacuated within hours and left frozen in time. Today, the ruins stand silent, a haunting reminder of how one test became the world's worst nuclear nightmare. Number 3. Project MKUltra, 1950s through 70s. What if the government tried to control your mind without you knowing? That's exactly what happened in the 1950s when the CIA launched a top-secret project called MKUltra. They tested LSD on soldiers, prisoners, and even ordinary citizens, many of whom had no idea they were part of the experiment. What began as research soon turned into horror stories of broken lives. Some victims lost their memories, others suffered terrifying hallucinations, and a few never recovered at all. The CIA believed they could create super spies or even erase thoughts. But instead, they created chaos inside human minds. Years later, when the project was exposed, the world was shocked. Proof that even science in the wrong hands can become a weapon. Number 4. Doomsday Machine Test, 1962. In 1962, the United States carried out a nuclear test called Starfish Prime, and no one expected what happened next. A massive explosion lit up the sky above the Pacific Ocean, brighter than lightning and terrifying to watch. But the real danger wasn't the blast. It was the radiation that spread further than scientists ever imagined, shocking the entire world. The explosion knocked out satellites, damaged electronics, and created a radiation belt that circled Earth. For a moment, it felt like humanity had built its own doomsday machine. What was meant to be just a test turned into a global warning. Nuclear power was not only dangerous, it could threaten the planet itself. Number 5. Large Hadron Collider 2008 fears. Back in 2008, the world's largest machine, the Large Hadron Collider, was switched on deep beneath Switzerland. Scientists wanted to smash particles together to unlock the secrets of the universe, but fear spread like wildfire. Rumors claimed the collider might create tiny black holes, ones that could grow and swallow the entire Earth. People were terrified of the unknown. As the countdown began, some prayed, others protested, and many watched nervously. The collider roared to life, but the world didn't end. It kept spinning. Instead of black holes, scientists discovered new mysteries about space and matter. Still, those first moments remain legendary, a reminder of how close imagination can take us to fear. Number 7. Dmitri Ivanovsky's virus study, 1892. In 1892, a Russian scientist named Dmitri Ivanovsky tried to solve a simple puzzle. Why were plants getting sick even after bacteria were filtered out? He believed the filter should have caught everything, but when the disease kept spreading, he realized something unseen was slipping through, something smaller and more mysterious than any bacteria known to science. That tiny discovery changed history forever. Ivanovsky had unknowingly found viruses, invisible agents that could pass through filters and cause deadly diseases. At first, the world didn't understand what he had uncovered, but his work opened the door to new science and new dangers. From flu to pandemics, it all began with one curious experiment. Number 7. The Demon Core, 1945 to 1946. Deep inside a lab after World War II, scientists worked with a strange plutonium core, later nicknamed the Demon Core. It looked harmless, just a small sphere of metal, but it carried deadly power. Twice, during risky experiments, small mistakes unleashed bursts of radiation that no one could see, but everyone could feel instantly. The scientists involved paid with their lives, suffering slow and painful deaths from radiation poisoning. The Demon Core never exploded like a bomb, but it proved just as terrifying. Locked away forever afterward, it became a dark legend, a reminder that even the smallest piece of nuclear power can be more dangerous than imagined. Number 8. TGN-1412 drug trial. In 2006, 6 healthy men signed up for a drug trial in London, expecting nothing more than a quick test and easy money. The drug, called TGN-1412, was supposed to be safe, just another step in medical research. But within minutes of taking it, their bodies began to change in terrifying ways. Their immune systems went into overdrive, causing violent reactions. Faces swelled, organs began to fail, and doctors fought to keep them alive. The men who walked in healthy were suddenly fighting for their lives. This disaster shocked the world of medicine, proving even safe experiments can turn into nightmares overnight. Number 9. The Tuskegee Syphilis Experiment, 1932-72. In 1932, hundreds of poor African American men in Tuskegee, Alabama, were told they were receiving free medical care. What they didn't know was horrifying. The doctors were secretly studying them, not curing them. Even after penicillin was discovered as a treatment, the men were left to suffer in silence. For 40 long years, families watched their loved ones grow weaker while researchers recorded every stage of the disease. Many died, and the truth only came out decades later, sparking outrage across the world. The Tuskegee study remains one of history's darkest examples of science betraying human trust. Number 10. Cold fusion, 1989. In 1989, 2 scientists made a stunning announcement. They claimed they had discovered cold fusion, a way to create endless, clean energy inside a simple lab. The world went crazy with excitement. Imagine a future with no pollution, no oil wars, and unlimited power at everyone's fingertips. It sounded too good to fail. But when other scientists tried to repeat the experiment, nothing worked. The results couldn't be reproduced, and soon accusations of fraud spread everywhere. What started as a dream of free energy turned into one of the biggest scandals in science, reminding us that not every miracle can survive the test of truth. Science can unlock wonders, but these stories show its darkest side. Stay curious, but never forget, some experiments should never be repeated.